FOMO, or fear of missing out, is defined as a state of mental or emotional strain caused by the fear of missing out. Not only does this phenomenon apply to events, like seeing your friends having fun at a party while you had to work, it also applies to material objects, and it is heavily capitalized on by big brands and marketing companies, especially in the last 5 years or so as social media becomes more and more of an advertising powerhouse. It was literally the driving force behind the streetwear brand's supreme advertising model, which gained the status they did as an exclusive, trendy, and hot brand because they were always sold out, and this in turn invoked worldwide FOMO in the streetwear scene. This would then cause consumers to panic buy, lest they miss the latest drop before it sells out again, and they'd still do it if they didn't even like the pieces that they were buying. This also caused Supreme to be able to jack up their already exorbitant prices for what are essentially just standard clothing items with not so special materials or designs. Because, harnessing the power of FOMO and limited drops, people would buy it anyway. And don't even get me started on the resale market. This is the same thing Adidas did with Yeezys. Remember when they were all the hype because they'd sell out instantly and you'd only ever see AAA celebrities wearing them? This caused people to throw themselves at trying to get the latest pair because of, you guessed it, FOMO. Now, this is a pretty new strategy, but it leverages on consumer weaknesses and gives the selling company all the power. And it's this same strategy that Riot Games has employed in the last few years. And it all started with Faker's Hall of Fame Ari skin, a limited time only skin that had set you back up to $500. And if you didn't get it before it was removed from the shop, bad luck. So you'd better open your wallet to not miss out. Conveniently, a best case scenario for Riot Games. Around this time, Mythic variant skins and the Exalted skin tier was dropped alongside the Sanctum, or Riot's gacha system, and we all know the absolute tidal wave of outrage this generated. How was Riot going to ask players to potentially spend hundreds of dollars for pixels? Pixels that, by the way, get taken from you if your account is banned. But here's where the Exalted skin tier has become really predatory and grey with its marketing. When Exalted skins were released, Riot themselves marketed them as hyper exclusive, their own words, as if that's a selling point. Buy this now because no one else will have it. But earlier this week, Riot updated the Sanctum blog post to now say, quote, though Exalted and Mythic variant skins might return to the Sanctum at some point in the future, there's never a guarantee. The only time they are available for sure is during their initial release date window. Now, this doesn't seem that bad until you actually understand the hidden meaning of this. They're basically saying, if we want to bring them back, we will. We just have to put a might here to cover ourselves from criticism. But if we don't bring them back, congratulations, your skin is exclusive. Again, giving all the power to Riot Games and none for the consumer. Will this skin come back to the Sanctum? Yes. No, we don't actually know, so you'd better buy it now just in case. And if it does come back, well, that's too bad, and now your exclusivity means nothing. One of the most liked posts on Twitter in response to this called it as it is. Insanely disgusting and predatory behavior. First grabbing people's money because of FOMO, and then releasing them anyway so they can get even more money. Now, just to clarify, I don't have an issue with people owning a certain skin. Exclusivity doesn't really mean anything to me particularly, but it does to some people, which is something that Riot are taking advantage of. What you're paying for may lose its exclusivity status, and therefore monetary value in the future. Quote, each Exalted skin is only available in the Sanctum for a limited time, before being rotated out for another one. Shoot your shot while you can, because you may not get another chance. There's another Riot gets to have it both ways word. May. Like, may you subscribe if you're enjoying the video?
Say that again?
It's just really gross that they lean on players' fear of missing out or even their want for an exclusive skin, but can take either of these away if it suits them. And we all know the Hall of Legends skins were limited, but something I never really touched on when it was a really predominant issue before, but it's really irked me the more I thought about it, is if they wanted to celebrate Faker and his legacy, what does that have to do with exclusivity? Shouldn't the celebration of his status as a player be ever available? Isn't that what a Hall of Fame is? You get cast into the sport you've committed yourself to permanently? So why is his skin not permanent? All right, FOMO for more sales. It's pretty hard to commit up to $500 otherwise, I guess. And honestly, on the note of the Hall of Legends skins being actually limited time only, I really wouldn't put it past Riot to re-release them as they see fit. But this isn't the only skin strategy, I guess you'd call it, that I have beef with. And I'm surprised more players aren't mad about this next one because it affects so many that love their champions, especially the one tricks. And speaking of loving your champions, are you possibly looking for a new main one? Lost one too many Garen games that could have been carried if you were just a bit better at Fiora, but don't have the blue essence or RP to unlock her? What if you could instantly unlock every single champion in League of Legends? Well, you can. PC Game Pass gives you all of them, plus access to hundreds of other incredible games, including many AAA titles and some of the most recent in the market. And right now, you get 3 months of PC Game Pass with every eligible Acer laptop or PC. Acer actually sent me their new AI-driven Predator Helios 16S, and it's the perfect machine for gaming. I've been playing on this one all week, and the power is wild. The 240Hz display gives you zero lag, which is absolutely critical for those split-second team-fighting decisions, and it just looks absolutely amazing, like better than real life. The screen's pixels are better than my iPixels. I don't know if that's a thing. So you get all the champs instantly and the perfect hardware to dominate with them on. It's an insane deal, so make sure you redeem it through the link in the description, and thanks to Acer and Game Pass for their partnership in this video. Now, what I was getting at earlier is skin frequency discrepancy. And what do I mean by that? Well, my dear Skarner main, you poor soul you, did you know your champion hasn't gotten a skin in over 1,700 days? That's right, 1,735 days ago, Skarner received Cosmic Sting Skarner, an absolute banger to go along with his 4 other skins. Why does he only have 4 skins? Must be a new champion or something. Nope. Skarner has been out for 14 years. He was released in 2011. And upon crossing the 1,000 day threshold 2 years ago since his last skin, it was his 4th time to have done that. I mean, going over 1,000 days between receiving skins. Yes, I know, yes, of course he received his rework and visual update, but then what about Alistar? I mean, he almost received that Noxus skin that got scrapped not long ago. But before that, it was 1,663 days. And those two aren't in some exclusive Never Get Skins club. Right now, there are 17 champions that haven't received a skin in over 2 years. And most of them only have single-digit skins in their catalog to begin with. It's not like they got 20 a few years ago, so Riot put them on the low prior pile. Nope. Kled, who's approaching the 900-day mark, has 4 total. Or Udyr at 845 has only 6. In fact, of the 25 most recent receivers of skins, 21 of them have double-digit skins, a bunch of them in the 20s or nearing it. Now, obviously, there is marketability bias. We need to sell hot girl or edgy anime boy skins, but where is the love for the existing fanbase? I am aware it takes a ton of work to make skins for going on 160 or 170 champions, whatever we're up to, but from an analytical/statistical standpoint, it just tells us that Riot is more than happy to pump out skins that sell over taking care of players that never really get skins. And those are the players that have clung onto that champion and the game for dear life. Buffed, nerfed, reworked, it doesn't matter. Kled is my dad, 89, has 8 mil mastery and has stared at Kibblehead Kled on his screen for 5,000 hours at this point. Give that guy a new skin, he deserves it. It's honestly at the point where I kinda can't believe it when I see Ari get another skin, or Set, or of course Lux. These champions barely go a year without getting a new skin. Some even fewer than that. Dude, Smolder has 1 skin he's been out for 600 days, and he has so much potential for so many 6 skins. And Vex came out 1,500 days ago, and she's only got 3. But you know what's worse than your champion not getting skins? Your champion getting a shit skin. That puts it at the bottom of the skin priority list. I really feel for Crystallis, Indomitus, Nautilus, if that's how you say it. I've literally never seen that skin, and there's a Nautilus in every second game at the moment. And what about the Alistar players? Yes, his skin was shit, and yes, it got deleted as it should have. And they've literally only just gotten their new skin announced. They were heading towards their 1,700th day without a skin again. But it does look a lot nicer than the Noxus one that was scrapped, I'll give them that. I don't know, I more wanted to draw attention to the monetary use of skins over the give the players something they want use of skins. And I'm aware, I play Riven and she's got lots. I'm very lucky, I know that. But even we're going on almost 600 days, and I'm just reading the facts here. You didn't have to miss a skin because of Primal Ambush. Ugh, skin's disgusting. I've used it literally once. Anyway, what are your thoughts on all this? Let me know in the comments down below, and thanks for watching another Run It Down. Bye.